In case you're new to the channel and looking at our current analytics, you probably are. We are two Chicagoans who just moved to NYC and are discovering the city neighborhood by neighborhood. Today, we are in Greenwich Village. I got you. I know it's Greenwich, man. Come on. Up to this point on the channel, we visited several neighborhoods around New York City, from Phi Dai, Chinatown, the Upper East Side, Soho, all the way to Williamsburg, Long Island City, Greenpoint, Astoria, and even Brooklyn Heights. Today we're in Greenwich Village in Lower Manhattan to really explore the neighborhood. Now, we've stepped foot here for different things on the channel, like Bleecker Street Pizza a couple of times, but today we're really taking our time to explore the sites, soak up the local culture. Keep in mind, this isn't a stop-by-stop walking foot tour, nor is it an exhaustive list of every restaurant, everything to do in the neighborhood. You want something like that? Hey, that's what Google's for, right? What we like to do is create travel guides for artists, creative types, people who love to explore the world cities like New York, Chicago, and London. We got a couple of great restaurants in mind, a couple of cool coffee spots. We're gonna hit up the park, maybe a couple of landmarks. Where can we go for a great cup of coffee and some dope pastries to go along with that coffee? Well, today the selection was Mille Feuilles French Bakery with a location here in Greenwich Village, one on the Upper West Side and one in Brooklyn. But this is the original. This morning, they had an incredible array of authentic French pastries on display. But like I said, we only got so much room in the old tum-tum. So we got a croissant, the famous millefeuille, 4 macarons, a blueberry almond muffin, and of course, a quiche Lorraine, complete with pork, ham, egg, cheese, red eye, which is a big cup of drip coffee, 2 shots of espresso, hashtag no cream, no sugar. It was a great experience. They also offer baking classes. We've had a lot of French pastries. I've been to Paris before I started filming for this channel, so you're just gonna have to take my word on that. So I know an authentic French pastry. The ones here at Mille Feuilles are the real deal, legit, A++, 100%, 5 stars, 10 out of 10. You gotta try this place. Just a few steps from the French bakery is Washington Square Park, which is one of the most iconic green spaces in New York. Of all the parks that we've visited around New York City, to me, this one is the most in-your-face New York, while still being somewhat chill. We were just sitting listening to some live jazz. We've actually filmed in this park quite a few times, and in fact we brought Rowdy to the dog run for one of the New York City Boston Terrier meetups. Beautiful park, and it has as its centerpiece one of my personal favorite landmarks of New York City, the Washington Square Arch. So magnificent, majestic, and another word that starts with M that accurately describes its grandeur. Speaking of skateboarders, there goes one right to my left. Beautiful, beautiful trees here. Get a little bit of nature, but you're still very much in the heart of the urban activity, if that makes any sense. Something else that we love to do when exploring a New York neighborhood is try at least one food institution. That today brought us to Mamoun's, established in 1971. They are known in an expensive neighborhood for having inexpensive but high quality food. Sounds like our type of place. Today we got the falafel plate that comes with a salad, and we also got tabbouleh on the side. You know, just a little light lunch. For whatever reason, when we're doing a lot of walking and exploring of a neighborhood, we're not starving until closer to the end of the day. So this is a perfect light bite after we had so much at the French bakery, Mille Feuilles. It's a really cool little storefront on a beautifully busy street. Let's dig in. After stuffing my face with falafel, I told Narissa, you know, I could really watch a basketball game right now. Is there anything around? She said just around the corner from Mamoun's is the famous West 4th Street basketball courts. Not a regulation size, but it's where you can see some of the best street ball in all of New York City and really the country. It's the Kenny Graham Pro Classic 2023, sponsored by Nike and DoorDash and a bunch of other people. And they're playing for a big pot of gold and scholarships to the university of their choice. Actually, I'm not sure about all that, but it's pretty good basketball. You may not know this about me, but I am kind of a hardcore Friends fan. So we had to stop at the famous exterior shot of Monica's apartment. You know what? They filmed it all in the studio in Los Angeles. Very little, if anything, was filmed in New York City. And to be honest, looking at the exterior shot, which is an establishing shot, that's how we say it in the biz, is there for like a half a second. Seeing it in person really doesn't make me feel like, oh my God, I'm in an episode of Friends. We had to stop by, pay a little homage to the 6 characters, Wendy, Carlos, and I forget the other 4.
Well, you know, it's too bad that we couldn't have stopped at Central Perk instead, because then we'd have coffee.
Coffee break alert. Today we're at Stumptown Coffee Roasters in Greenwich Village. Believe it or not, we've had these beans so many different times. We've had it at different cafes all over New York and Chicago. But this is actually our first time coming to an actual Stumptown cafe. Next door they have the coffee lab where they're mixing and brewing the beans to come up with new crazy coffee concoctions. But today we went basic with a nitro cold brew. Very, very good. Y'all know how it is. And in case you are new, like I said earlier, we always have at least 1 or 2 coffee stops whenever we explore a neighborhood in New York, London, Paris, Chicago, or Madrid. Cheers. Right in the middle of us filming a beautiful Greenwich Village, New York City guide, it started raining. A heavy downpour. Underneath the awning of Marion's, shout out Marion's, you're not open yet, so we found a safe haven to protect us from those raindrops. I don't mind getting wet from the rain, but the camera and the microphones do. Shh. We are in the quiet oasis of Jefferson Market Garden here in Greenwich Village. Hidden secret gem for all you seekers out there. We're just chilling, enjoying the birds, the small winding paths with bushes and flowers and little trees. Respite from the hullabaloo of the city that surrounds us. So if you don't mind, it's about that meditation time. Since we started the day with French pastries and coffee, we figured it would only be fitting to continue our day on that French theme, or theme français, at Amélie Wine Bar. I think we're gonna get